So there's been a lot of talk about this story that popped up last week in the Tesla community. Tesla confirms plans to open Supercharger network to other automakers next year.
Oh no! Superchargers will be crammed full of other brands of EVs. Oh, the humanity.
Hang on, folks.
Yeah.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. While it makes for attention-grabbing headlines, let's back up a bit and look at what this headline is based on.
Yeah, the news is based on two very limited stories and two very separate stories, Norway and Germany.
Yeah, in Norway, Tesla is considering opening up 5 Supercharger locations to the public in Norway's Vestland County in order to gain incentives that the government gives out there for EV charging networks.
To get those incentives, the Vestland government requires the chargers be accessible to the public, not just Tesla owners. So Tesla attended a local government meeting and has applied to open the chargers by the end of September 2022.
Right, so that's 5 locations and
In Norway. Which is
and-
great if you're Norwegian, but if you live anywhere else in the world, it does not apply to you.
Right. The second story comes out of Germany, where Federal Transport Minister Andreas Schur said, and this is translated from German, I am in direct contact with manufacturers such as Tesla in order to ensure that the existing infrastructure, for example, Tesla Superchargers, is also opened up to other manufacturers.
So let's talk about this. Tesla is not going to open its Supercharger network to other brands without money.
Exactly. And that is the key here. If other brands want their cars to charge on Tesla's network, they're going to have to pay heavily for it. And if they pay for it, Tesla will then have more resources to build out more Superchargers.
And Elon has said from the beginning, he has said people have not believed him. He said that if other manufacturers want to help pay for the network, that Tesla would be happy to have them join and be able to charge on the Tesla Supercharger network. Now, let's just break that down. What does that mean? First of all, that means money, probably upfront money, because, well, yeah, there would be, the Supercharger network would suddenly become a little bit closer to capacity or maybe over capacity with some of the vehicles that would now be on the network, depending on where we're talking about. The other thing would be, especially if we're talking about the United States, you can't plug in a Tesla Supercharger to any other kind of car. So it would probably mean adopting a different plug or having some kind of adapter that would allow other cars to plug in. And thirdly, there would have to be some way to pay for the charging.
Now, I know what you're saying. A lot of Europeans are saying, in Germany especially,
Yep.
They're going to have to open it up because the government's going to say it.
And also, unlike in America, you can't. It is just a Type 2 DC fast charging adapter. So you can just plug it straight into the car. Yes, but the government can't force Tesla to do this. They're a private company.
And even if the government of Germany somehow did force them to do it, Tesla could say, oh, sure, fine. Pull up your VW and plug it in. There's no credit card swipe there. So you'll have to adopt our charging standard, which means you'll have to have our Tesla app, VW owners.
Yes.
And that is something I'm sure VW doesn't want to hear.
Because, the way that it works now for Tesla owners is that they have your credit card on file. When you go to Supercharge, you plug in your car, it pings the credit card, and it says, start charging the money, or however the transaction works, probably at the end of your charging session. And that's how you pay for the supercharging. If you're in a VW, the car might be able to tell, like, oh, this is car X42B WWR921X, but it's not going to be able to attach that to a credit card account. So, there are people with Teslas today that don't have a credit card on file and can't supercharge.
Right.
There's nothing stopping them from putting a credit card on file and supercharging, but it wouldn't work. So I think what Tesla would want to do is say, VW owners, just download the Tesla app. It's free. Create a Tesla account with your email address so we can ping you with offers on, hey, we know exactly what car you drive. Oh, did you know that the ID3 has less range than the Model Y? Do you want a Model Y? You'd be able to go X number of miles further and charge this much faster. Would you like to be able to drive in Sardinia?
Exactly. You would have been able to leave the Supercharger location 20 minutes ago if you had a Tesla.
You would have been able to save an hour and 37 minutes this month if you had just bought a Tesla. They can do that because they'll probably be forced to have that app, forced to put your credit card number into that app. And then, it'd be like, hey, do you want a solar roof?
Right.
Do you want a power wall?
Yeah, this story is not what it appears to be. It is not that all of a sudden in next month, Tesla Superchargers are going to be inundated with other brands. That's not going to happen.
It could happen, but here's how it will happen. Yes, there's probably going to be the Tesla app thing. It's also probably going to be that, Volkswagen or whatever other car brands are going to have to pay Tesla a lot of money because Tesla is going to have to basically be the charging network, and they're going to need to expand like crazy, and they're going to need a lot of money to do so.
And I mean, if they're going to pay a lot of money, they're probably not going to do it because they don't want their cars pulling up to a Tesla branded charger.
Right. Exactly. I mean, why would Volkswagen want to pay probably in the order of a couple $2 billion to Tesla to basically have their customers have to go to a Tesla station to charge up?
Right.
Although I would argue there are plenty of manufacturers that pay Tesla billions of dollars for nothing. Just because they can't make EVs fast enough. So, I mean, that's, maybe it would happen. One other thing is, the rates don't have to be the same.
That's true.
Oh, you're driving a VW ID3? Oh, it costs 3 times as much to supercharge at the station than if you bought a Tesla Model 3.
Right.
And they could be emailing you about that. Hey, you would have saved, $25 this month.
Right.
Oh, you would have been saving. Oh, you went on a long trip. That would have been $200 you would have saved.
Right.
Or 200 euros. Yeah, I don't think that this story is as big as everyone thinks it is.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Mondays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below to head over to the Now You Know channel.